Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. I had to take a break from screen time and everything because I was having migraines and I had to take some downtime. But there are two topics that I want to put out there. And this is number one. I want you guys to save this video. I'm asking you to save it because I want, if and when it should happen, you guys would remember that I told you so. No, when it comes to Kim Kardashian, like if I follow Kim, follow everything that she's doing, follow everything that she's talking about, it's very easy for me to detect her lies. Do you guys remember the podcast that she did with her sister Chloe? And they said everything Kim said in that podcast was a lie. It is now being revealed that everything that she did say in that podcast was a lie. We're going to talk about one of those lies in another video. One of them she told a lie recently on one of her Skims ad, and I may do a video on that. I don't think it's going to affect her brand or anything because I think everyone understands who Kim is, but I'm going to show you how she lies even when it comes to her brand Skims. Now, Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton and Kim, they've been together for about maybe a year now, maybe more than that as well, as I've told you guys. But Lewis Hamilton doesn't come public with someone unless he's kind of sure that they're going somewhere. No, as I've said to you guys, Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton, they're going to have a little bit of a reign, but it's not going to last, right? Because there are some women who have traded success for love, and I'm not sure if it is something that they consciously do, but the entire Kardashian clan, you'll never see any of them with long and lasting love because they are eye witches, and when they trade a certain level of fame and clout, it's in exchange for something. You know how they say, in order for you to get something, you have to give something. Kim and her family did that. CardiB has done the same thing as well. You'll never see her with long and lasting love either, right? No, Lewis Hamilton, the reason why he's with Kim is because his status in the sporting arena, it's falling, right? I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, but there's a covenant that is being used now, and these celebrities, they have wizards and witches, people like, for example, Kim Kardashian, they know how to do a little thing in their home, but they have people higher up who they consult and who gives them advice and all of that jazz. Lewis Hamilton has been down on his luck, right? Ever since he has been signed to Ferrari, he hasn't been on the podium. Now, the industry oftentimes encourages people to be together, and they come together for a particular goal. The industry needs these celebrities and these relationships for the industry to propel, for them to keep making movies and for Hollywood to be the center of attention, right? And as you guys remember, Candace Owens told us that Kim Kardashian is Hollywood property. We see the Kardashians, but there is a family that actually owns the Kardashian. They own every single thing that the Kardashian does. Every money they spend, the money that the Kardashians have, they don't really have. It's just someone above them who basically markets them and push them in our faces and their handlers, they do have handlers, and whatever direction their handlers tell them that they have to move into, that's the direction they have to move into. Like when Kylie wanted to work things out with Travis Scott and she was told she had to cut things off with Travis and move on to Timothée Chalamet to help Timothée Chalamet's career propel. It's a ritual that's going on in Hollywood, okay? But these men are not going to stay with these women. They use glamour magic and all of those stuff, but these men are never going to stay with these women. They're going to have a baby. After the baby, the relationship gets sour and the man moves on to the next best thing. It's going to be a consistent recycle process. So with Lewis Hamilton, he is not as deep into Kim as Kim is deep into him, right? He's gonna be hot and cold with her, but on the forefront, she's gonna play it off smooth. She's not, he's gonna basically treat her like how Stefondiggs is treating CardiB. But because Lewis Hamilton is quiet, we're not gonna see much of it. He's not the one for public spectacle. And he's not the one he'll have casual relationship outside of his public relationship, but he's not necessarily a womanizer, right? So Kim is going to have that problem to deal with when it comes to Lewis Hamilton. But Lewis Hamilton is not into Kim as Kim is into him, right? And he didn't want to come public so quick with her. He never mind them coming out at the Met Gala because he could have polished off that to say it was just an event. But now Kim and him, they're on this whirlwind romance. They were in, I don't remember which country they were spotted in recently. It's not Paris, it's not Italy, it's not France, it's not any of those, but they went on a little vacation recently. No. It's gonna be an exchange that's going on between Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, if you guys remember, Lou Taylor helps to manage the Kardashians. She helps to manage Justin Bieber, Sean Diddy Combs, right? And if you notice, most recently, there was a video that was captured with Lou Taylor and Jay-Z at the Super Bowl. I know many people miss that. Now, Lou Taylor has connections to people in the sporting arena, and they're going to get Lewis Hamilton back up on top in the sporting arena because he hasn't meddled with Ferrari. He has meddled with Mercedes. He has had a good run with Mercedes, but he has never meddled with Ferrari. So the exchanges that between Kim and the people who handles Kim Kardashian, they're gonna put Lewis Hamilton in the position of meddling with Ferrari, like being on the podium, winning a medal, actually. And in exchange, we're gonna see Skims and Ferrari collaborating together, right? So there's going to be a consistent exchange going on, right? But the thing is that these men cannot keep the covenant. And that's where Lewis Hamilton may end up with public disgrace like what is happening with Stefondiggs. But Stefondiggs is going to go back to CardiB. CardiB is going to bully the internet. People are still going to talk about them. The media outlets is going to still talk about them because that is what both of them want. They want to be in the media. Stefondiggs wants to be in the media, but not for the pregnancy reports, right? Because him being with CardiB has given him more brand deals, just as how Timothée Chalamet being with Kylie Jenner has brought Timothée Chalamet to a new height. That's what the trade-off is in Hollywood. So we're going to see a lot of these relationships. So we're going to see a lot of these relationships that resembles Cardi B and Steffon Diggs popping up in the industry. And we're going to see after a while the woman, they're going to have a baby with these men, but these men are not going to stay with them. And they are, any relationship that you see mirrors Cardi B and Steffon Diggs, you know it's the covenant. You can use Steffon Diggs and Cardi B's relationship to identify the covenant, right? Kylie is going to have a baby with Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet is going to propose to her. He may even get married to her, but he's not going to stay with her. That's just how it is. When you mess with someone's natural order of life, they're not going to stay with you. When you mess with a man's free will, he's not going to stay with you. When you mess with a woman's free will, she's not going to stay with you. And many of these people have traded success for true happiness. Kim Kardashian knows that her person is Kanye West, so she's going to always lean back on Kanye West, just as though Cardi B is going to always lean back on Offset. Kylie is going to always lean back on Travis Scott because they have to sacrifice their true love to rise to fame. If you don't sacrifice your true love, you move on to loving that person. You still have good money, but you don't have the popularity and the media don't talk about you as much. So you have to give something to get something. And that's what is going on in these celebrity circles. And you're going to see a bunch of them just keep popping up, having babies, the engagement, maybe marriage, but they will not last. The ones who will last are the ones who will not trade their happiness for fame. But the ones who have traded their happiness for fame, you're just going to see them in mess consistently, disgraceful relationship, embarrassing moments, and that's it. And that's so you're going to be able to identify the Hollywood covenant that each couple is under. That is what Kim and Lewis wants to do. Lewis Hamilton is not the one for the limelight and all that attention, but he's with Kim because Kim's handlers can actually get him back into that position. Remember that Lou Taylor is connected to TriStar Sports or something like that, but Lou Taylor has a lot of connection, even more than what we can ever imagine. So Lewis Hamilton, not that into Kim, but he's taking his time with her for the sake of his career, and they may actually go somewhere for a while, but it's not gonna last. It will never last. And that's it. That's all I have to talk about for this video. Let me know what is your take. But just like Lewis Hamilton, when Lewis Hamilton disrespects Kim, because he's gonna do it, just like every man that she's been with, he's gonna get his karma, just like what is happening to Diggs. It's a covenant. It's what they call, I forgot what it is called, but you guys can look it up. But the same thing is gonna happen to him. The same thing is gonna happen to Chalamet. You'll know how to identify them. Just save this video, bookmark this video, and you're going to know how to identify these relationships in the industry. Like Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. That's one primary example of them. I don't know what else to tell you guys, but that's all. Peace.